set down the razor, throw on that Lycra, and turn up the watts, because we're gonna go through our top 10 road and gravel helmets here at Jenson USA. How's it going, everyone? Mark here from America's Bike Shop, Jenson USA, to go over a whole new video here on our top 10 road and gravel helmet picks here. And in this video, we're gonna go over everything from different styles of helmets, how they might offer different ventilation, the safety features, and everything to make sure you have the right helmet out there to generate those watts, keep that Lycra flowing aerodynamically, and having a great time on that next group ride. So sit back, we got 10 picks coming right at you. Here we go. All right, now our first pick here is going to be the Giro Aries. Now this is probably the most well-equipped helmet out of our top picks, so I figured I would start here and just really get into some of the top innovative features when it comes to a great road helmet that you can even get out there and, you know, shred some nice dirt miles on the gravel bike. With 21 vents, you're gonna get every bit of ventilation that you need when you're out there on your bike. I mean, this thing is just built to keep you vented when you're out there doing those long, hard climbs, whether it's summertime or what. If the sun's beating down, you're gonna feel that airflow coming through here. One of my favorite things about this helmet is this new spherical technology that this helmet has to offer. And what this basically does is it allows the helmet to almost rotate as it sits on top of your head here and offer just a little bit more safety features when it comes to if you were to go down, which that's the last thing we want to talk about or think about is going down, but having those features there and those safety options is just another way to make sure you get out there and keep pedaling. Along with this Giro Aries, a lot of cool things is it is MIPS equipped. And it has EPS dual foam. So with that dual foam, it's going to give you both high speed and low speed impact. It's got a nice rubber grommet things here to keep your sunglasses in place. So if you're going riding from whether it's light out or dark, you're gonna be able to get those sunglasses and hold them directly in place. One thing that the Giro Aries also does here is the way it sits on top of your head. I don't know if this one's gonna fit me here, but the way it sits here, as you can see, is it kind of creates a gap on the top of your head. So you don't feel like you're getting a lot of impact on that helmet to your head, and it keeps just even more airflow going between your helmet and your head when you're out there riding. Another good thing we always look at when it comes to helmets is, does it make it look like you have a mushroom head? You want something that's gonna sit aerodynamic and real sleek with you when you're out there getting those pedals in, and I really agree that this Aries sits really nicely. As you can see, I think I make a great model when it comes to these. So this is the Giro Aries. These come in typically around $299, around $300 MSRP. But that can fluctuate depending on sales and anything like that. So if you're looking for some of the latest and greatest when it comes to road and gravel helmets, check out the Giro Aries. All right, moving into our second pick here. Now this is another good aero sleek looking helmet. This is the Bell Stratus. As you can see with this crazy paint job too, you can really match those colors on your bike if you're trying to go with real, you know, rowdy colors to really show how fast you are. Now again, with this helmet, this is another 18 vent system helmet, so you're really gonna get that airflow when you're out there riding your bike, you know, on again, those long climbs. The worst thing you're ever gonna get is like where your head just feeling like it's cooked on top and you don't wanna pedal anymore. So we try to pick, with these top picks, a lot of really good ventilated helmets to keep you out there keeping cool. This has these really nice like brow vents here coming in too, so it's really gonna be based on, you know, the trajectory of air when you're riding through it to really just keep you ventilated. It also has this nice little sweat guide here underneath where it's gonna direct all the sweat off to the center, and then it'll drip here versus dripping directly over your eyes. So if you're wearing glasses or something like that, you don't gotta worry about that sweat really coming down and getting all over those lenses or, you know, clouding up your vision when you're trying to stay with the pack and get those pedals going. It's got another one of those float fits as well, similar to like the Giro Aries that we were looking at a minute ago, where it's gonna kind of sit floating on the top of your head. So it's like a safety feature. This is MIPS equipped, and it does have EPS foam. So it's equipped with the latest technology when it comes to impact and all that kind of stuff that you're gonna want and count on should something like that happen on your bike. A good thing about this helmet too is not only is it equipped to look really good, but it also comes in at a really great price point, around 150 bucks. So it's not gonna break your bankroll too much. You're still gonna stay aero. You're gonna show up to that group ride looking good and stay nice and ventilated. So this is the Bell Stratus. All right, moving into our next pick, and by no means are any of these picks in an order of what's better than the other. They're just overall picks on certain helmets that we felt really fit into different categories that you might, align with out there on your bike. Next up here, we got the Smith Trace. Now this helmet is, it's got a different kind of technology in the sense, if you haven't heard, it's something called Koroyd technology. And now this is kind of like a honeycomb. It's almost like, if you looked at it, it looked like someone glued a bunch of straws together in their kindergarten class to make something. But the idea here is similar to like cars and things like that, is it's meant to absorb all the energy upon impact and crumble under those situations, so none of that energy transfers into your head should you go down on your bike. And we all know when you're out there riding road, it is a dangerous situation. Everyone out there is on their phone, hopefully not when they're driving, but it's just better to keep that, money maker, that brain of yours nice and intact. So with the Smith Trace, again, we got 18 vents, but even what's cool about this Koroyd technology is because it's basically straws going through, the air is gonna continue to go through there where you're still gonna get coverage around your head. Now this is a complete Koroyd protection here, where you might have seen on our other video, like where we did a top 10 half shell helmets. We brought in a Smith helmet there as well, but that's only in zonal areas, where this one is a complete coverage for you to really ensure that you're getting as much safety when it comes to wearing this helmet. Also, what's great about Smith products is they really make it, if you wear Smith eyewear, which if you're riding a bike, you might as well have the eyewear to go with it and look really good. It's gonna go seamlessly with the helmet. It's gonna look like it was all meant to be, and you're gonna be the stylish person out there on that group ride when you're out there pedaling your bike. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more new age technology when it comes to safety, you're interested in this Koroyd technology. It is still MIPS protection, so you're getting that as well. You want a nice little 18 vent system to keep your head cool, and you got that new set of Smith eyewear that you want to go seamlessly with the helmet, then check out the Smith Trace, because you won't go wrong with this one. Moving on down the list, the next up here is we have the Poc Ventral Air. Now this helmet if you want that all white look on the road bike, like we all know most people do, you want the white road shoes, you want the white rim glasses, you might as well go with the Poc Ventral, because I mean, this thing is stark white. Even the straps are white. Now, me personally, it'd probably be dirty in a week, but I think it looks really, really good. And you can just tell by looking at this, and I'm sure Preston's gonna put up some really sick B-roll of this helmet. This thing is ventilated. You're gonna get every bit of air that you need on your head, so if you run really hot, this is the helmet that's gonna help you. One of the great things about this helmet though, and the amount of ventilation, is it has been wind tunnel tested to the sense that it really showcases that it doesn't mess with the aerodynamics based on all that ventilation. So even though you're getting all that extra airflow through the helmet, it's not gonna mess up that aero. So if you're out there, you're really tucked in, you wanna make sure you stay fast, then this is the helmet that you're gonna really, really enjoy. It is also MIPS and EPS equipped, so you're getting those safety features. I mean, it's funny because you kind of pick it up and you immediately think like this feels like one of those styrofoam ice chests, because it feels so lightweight. And when you put it on, it's gonna feel that same way. It's gonna be hard to tell you even have a helmet on your head, but that safety is there, so you're gonna have that assurance knowing that everything is good, and just to get out there and keep pedaling your bike. So if you're looking for something that both stays aero and vented with a really, really lightweight feel, then the Poc Ventral Air is gonna be the helmet for you. Now, if racing's maybe more of your vibe when it comes to getting out there and riding the road or gravel, then the Kask Protone or Protone Icon helmet is probably the helmet for you. This thing is equipped and perfectly designed for that race-ready style of riding that you're looking for. As you can see, it's almost got like a nice sharp geometric aspect for it to really, really cut through the air. It's super lightweight. It has a really strong internal frame when it comes to giving you that safety. It has an EPS core in there. And one that's really cool thing is if you're a sweater and you find maybe your helmet's getting a little stinky, it's got these great little removable pads on the inside that are washable, and they just kind of re-clip back in with Velcro. Now this helmet is completely designed, like I just mentioned, for race-ready riding. It's really designed to get you out there, keeping you fast without really noticing you have anything on your head when you're in that tucked position and you're really grinding hard, whether it's on that crit or whatever it may be. The Kask Protone is probably the helmet for you. All right, if you're a Specialized person and you love riding Specialized, their products are very, very high quality, and this is no exception. This is the X-Works Prevail 3.
Now, as in the name states, this is the third iteration of this helmet. This helmet is very, very well accepted when it comes to being out there riding. It's equipped with great ventilation. As you can see, basically it's wide open on the top, and they put these little bar things in here just for that extra support and safety when it comes to riding. It is MIPS and EPS equipped, so rest assured you are getting that safety feature that you want. And when it comes to safety, Specialized also has a really great feature that they offer with a lot of their helmets, and that's the Angie sensor ability. And what it is basically you add on this special sensor that you can program, and it just sends out a signal, say you were to get in a crash or something like that, and it kind of notifies all that stuff. So it's a whole nother safety feature of tech that Specialized offers, and this helmet is equipped where you can put that sensor on there, and when you're out there riding, should anything happen, it's gonna help to keep equipped. As you noted with Specialized, they have a very unique design when it comes to the helmets. Very, very clean lines along the side. And you would think like, oh, well, the sides here don't have a lot of ventilation, but it's the way they design their helmets in the shape that the ventilation is meant to come directly over the top like that and keep that whole internal aspect of your head cool while you're riding. It also is ability to hold your glasses and all that. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, it's gonna look really good on you because it is a Specialized. So if you're looking for something that's gonna look really good, keep you ventilated, has an extra technological advantage when it comes to safety, if you add an Angie sensor, then the S-Works Prevail 3 is probably the helmet for you. Continuing on, we got the next up, we got the Met Rival here. Now this is a MIPS equipped helmet, EPS foam, the usual when it comes to safety that you can trust. One thing I really like about this helmet is it's very vibrant and reflective, so it's really gonna be visible out there when you're riding that bike lane and around cars. So they're gonna help just get that reflective ability there to make sure that you're seen when you're out there pedaling your bike. It also has this really great fit system here. It's called the Safety Upsilon system. And basically it's just the way it sits on your head and cinches from the back, gives it a nice good feel when you're out there riding your bike. So if you're looking for something that's gonna fit really nicely, have a nice reflective ability to add that safety, and if also has these nice little rubber docking here, if you throw your sunglasses on, it's gonna keep them in place. So it's got a lot of the great features you want out there, plus that nice high reflectability. It's the Met Rival. All right, continuing on, we got this nice Lazer Kineticore. I think this helmet just looks really sleek right from the start. It's got these nice thin, small lines that really kind of direct this visual appeal when it comes to aerodynamics and look on road helmets. Now this is EPS core in here, so it's gonna give you that nice safety effect. It has a 5-star rating from Virginia Tech when it comes to rotational impacts and things like that, so you can rest assured there. A nice antimicrobial liner here with sweat directional pads on your forehead, so to kind of keep that sweat right out of your eyes. One thing I really like about it's very unique about this helmet is the adjustment system here on the back. It's not that typical dial you're gonna get right there at the back of your head. It's more on top here, and so all you're doing is kind of spinning this thing, and this is what's gonna ensure you have the proper fit. And if you're someone you put a lot of miles in, start to get a lot of that inflammation, you need to be adjusting your helmet accordingly, so you're not having that constant headache inducing helmet on. Just makes it really easy to kind of keep that going and keep that fit perfect when you're out there on your ride. Sunglass dock system here is also really nice equipped here, so you better put that sunglass on there depending on the lighting situations and what you're riding. And it just looks really nice. Super lightweight, real sleek, aero looking. This is the Lazer Kineticore. All right, so next up and second to last here is a personal favorite of mine. And this is the Fox Crossframe Pro helmet. This just released recently. So it's new age helmet technology from Fox. Now, just to put this out there, this is primarily meant for your gravel and your lighter cross-country riding capabilities. This helmet fits super nicely. You would look in here and see the internal frame and just immediately think, well, how is that comfortable? It's like this small, plastic internal frame with strings, but for some reason it just sits really, really nicely on your head. Very well ventilated with these great brow vents here. So when I'm out there putting a lot of long miles on the dirt and stuff on my gravel bike, it just fits really nicely. It's got these really cool channels here for your glasses to sit in, so they sit really easily on your head. And then typical, like you would expect on, say, a mountain bike helmet or something with a little bit more, you know, serious terrain orientation of safety. It's got a nice lower rising rear part of the helmet there to really keep the back of your head safe. I tend to get a little rowdy on my gravel bike if I do find that single track out there that I kind of want to, you know, test my limits a little bit for the day on. And I know that I can trust that ability when it comes on the Fox Pro frame, or Crossframe, excuse me. So if you're looking for something a little more gravel ability, but I mean, I throw this thing on and go do road miles as well. It still works just as good. You're just not gonna get that perfectly aerodynamic, low profile approach that you might get on, say, like the Giro Aries or one of these other helmets during our picks. Great helmet, gravel, light cross country, and a really cool look. Now the last pick here is kind of an outlier, even more so than the Crossframe, with this being primarily like road helmets. The Crossframe was primarily gravel, but you could ride it on road. Now this actually, in the name of it, says a mountain helmet, but I would argue that it's probably the most all-around helmet for anything that's not too crazy in like a mountain bike setting. Now this here is the Giro Artex helmet. And when you look at it just immediately before I even get into any of the specs and the details here, is it looks like it's designed off of a road helmet, but you see the visor like your typical mountain helmet, so you're gonna get that little bit of extra sunshade. Now the reason why this is one of our top picks here is this is for someone who maybe finds themselves riding a lot of gravel, a lot of cross country, but also taking those bikes and doing those long, you know, road rides, whether that's out on the bike path, they're just going and they're commuting, whatever. They want that helmet that really kind of checks all the boxes when it comes to the style of riding that they're doing. And what's great about this helmet is it has 25 vents, so some of the most ventilation out of all the helmets here, really going to keep your head cool. So whether you're out there riding some mountain and you're climbing dirt hills, or you're out there riding road and really generating watts, heck, you can just take and pull off the visor and no one's probably even going to know that it is a mountain helmet, because it is a detachable visor, so you can kind of get that look to really dial in and make sure you fit in wherever you're riding. It does have the Rock Lock Air like we saw with the Giro Aries in the beginning of the video. So it's gonna sit kind of on top of the head and give you that nice sleek feel where the helmet's not really rubbing into your scalp or anything, and creating even more airflow to keep you nice and cool on your rides. It does have an antimicrobial liner in here, so you're not gonna get any smell when it comes to sweating and long rides in that kind of sense. It has MIPS, EPS foam, and so basically the pick here is if you're looking for a helmet to touch all those bases, all those different style of riding, and still kind of look the part for each and every one of them, the Giro Artex is probably going to be the helmet for you. So these have been the top picks when it comes to road, gravel, and maybe an outlier for a little bit of light cross-country mountain biking. Helmets here at Jenson USA. All of these helmets are basically equipped to keep you safe out there pedaling and having a great time on your bicycle, because that's our ultimate goal here at Jenson USA. And maybe, you know, you see the Artex and you know that you might need another mountain bike helmet. Well, make sure to check out, we've done a couple other helmet videos, one of them being top half shell helmets, so make sure to check that video out. And if you want to get into even more serious mountain biking and you're looking for that next full face helmet, we've also done a top full face helmet video to get you out there at the bike park and in any of that downhill shredding as well. We love doing these content for you. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to our Gear Advisor pros. They're always happy to help and put you on the right product, because maybe it was something in this video you wanted and need to talk a little bit further on. But as always, keep pedaling.